Hi guys, my name's Craig. Welcome to Small Farmer Life. Today I want to talk about poultry and chickens in general and how you can give your chickens the best environment to thrive because chickens need a good environment to thrive in. Now, I understand that some people only have a small run area and a coop, and that's fine, but you can still provide your chickens with everything they need to be an healthy chicken because an healthy chicken will be an active chicken, and an active chicken is a happy chicken because chickens want to walk around and do what chickens do, and that is hunt. Because chickens are omnivores. Chickens are the closest living relative we have to the dinosaur. So if you can provide your chickens with everything they need, then they're going to have a good immune system, and if they've got a good immune system, then they can fight off diseases and they won't catch diseases in the first place. So, first of all, if you can, give them a nice run area or somewhere where they can stretch their legs. These chickens, soon as you open the coop door on the morning, they are flying out that door, tripping over each other, and straight to the drinkers and straight into the meat pen. And they'd rather run in here, which we call the meat section of the buffet section of the actual restaurant, because they love to be in here digging around for bugs and grubs. And I love shotting in greens in there, and I shot some grains in there on the night after I put them away, so the next morning they can come out and find those grains. But if you can provide an area like this, and it doesn't have to be as big as this is 4 meters by 3 meters, but you could have one a meter square and put some compost in there and some worms you find on the garden and some greens also, and your chickens will dig around in there and they'll really enjoy themselves. And then you provide your chickens with layers pellets like in that galvanized feeder there, and then in the water drinker I mix apple cider vinegar, and in the little feeder they've got oyster shell and other grits. And all of this together with all of the land, and this field is about quarter of an acre, makes for a good environment to raise chickens. And chickens need that environment. They need something that is going to keep them occupied, because if they're not occupied in their environment, then they will start fighting amongst each other, and that's when you get like feather pecking and things like that happening. And then if there's blood that a chicken has coming out of its backside or anywhere else on its body, all the other chickens will attack that chicken, and that's because chickens love the sight of blood. I don't know why it is. And if you've ever seen them little sunglasses they used to make for chickens, which were red, to stop them seeing blood, because chickens love meat. And some people out there try and turn their chickens into vegetarians, which is just wrong. They are not vegetarians. Chickens are meat eaters as well as eating greens. They eat anything they can get their hands on. And that's why sometimes they'll eat things that they shouldn't be eating, and they'll end up getting worms from things like snails, because they'll get parasites from things like snails. But that's where your job comes in, to providing your chickens with the very best of things. Mine is apple cider vinegar. That's the dewormer that I choose. Well, it prevents worms because it doesn't make for a very good area in the digestive system of the chickens for the worms to be. So preventing worms is easier than getting rid of worms. And I give them it for a full week every month, and then I put it in on a Monday and on a Friday for the other weeks of the month. But all of this, guys, is what keeps my chickens nice and healthy. Now, people say, why are your eggs more expensive than other people's eggs? Well, it's because I give all of this to my chickens that I can charge more money for my eggs. And people will pay the money. They have no problem paying the money, because they can tell the difference between an egg from my farm and an egg from one that's just kept in a coop and fed on lace pellets. Because the feed, the commercial feed that you feed chickens, that you get lace pellets, will have food colouring dye in it, and that's what dyes the yolk of the egg yellow. Well, these egg yolks are orange, and it's all because they are pecking at the grass. They're getting the proteins and everything else that the chicken would get if it was in the wild. So I'm trying to reproduce the best environment for my chickens that they would find in the wild. And there's other birds in here with my chickens. There's guinea fowl over there, and there's a couple of ducks also, and they all get on really well together, and that's because they're all active and they've all got things to do. There's a big gang over there. They're all searching the ground around there to see if they can find anything on the ground. We've got other birds hanging around this area seeing what they can find, and then we've got chickens in the actual compost heap, and it's compost that's 4 years old, and don't ever put fresh compost in there. If you do, add it to the bottom, and then the worms will go through it, and then the chickens will find those worms. But chickens love an environment like this, guys. If you can give your chickens an environment like this, this is what will keep diseases down. Now, I understand when you're first starting out keeping chickens that it's not as easy as some people think. They think they can just have a coop and give them layers, pellets and some water, and that's that. Well, you're going to have problems, and I've had problems when I first started out, but you learn as you go along, and you learn by listening to other people and watching what they're doing. There's a guy, I'll leave in the description of the video, and all he does is have big compost heaps, and his chickens only feed from those compost heaps. He doesn't actually purchase in any feed. So his feed bill is zero because they get everything from the farm, and all the actual feed comes from the actual ground around the compost heaps and the compost heaps themselves. So he raises hundreds of chickens. There's hundreds of chickens on big piles of compost, and all they do all day is scratch around on the compost heap, and they're dead active. And like I say, active, healthy birds will look nice and clean, and they won't be covered in mud. And some runs I've seen are disgusting, and they're just full of mud. The person who I'm going to be competing with, and she's going to get the shock of her life, really. Yeah, she is a woman, so if she ever watches this video, you're going to know, because I'm from the northeast, that I'm going to be competing against you. And I'm going to bring my farm into the 21st century, and I'm going to digitalise some of the farm. But I'm going to keep them little trade secrets a secret for now. But you'll see it in upcoming videos, and we've got lots more to talk about on this channel. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to be notified of more upcoming videos on everything from permitted development rights, how to get your farm up and running, how to make the most profit from your farm, and how to get the right to live on your farm, then hit the bell button. And if you want to subscribe, it's your choice. And most of all, guys, take care of yourself and take care of the family. Bye for now. That's the guinea fowl going mental. See ya.